So we're going to have a lot of places for people to come together and to talk with each other, surface their ideas, talk about success, talk about what the future will look like, and then be able to identify what the goals need to be. The most important thing that I think people will be able to gain by coming to the colloquium is to actually hear the information about Manitoba's future first. Then secondly, about our sector and the research we've done. But also, I think at that point in time, to start to come together collectively and talk about the future and talk about what we can do together to make it a better place for Manitobans, but also for our employees of the future. It looks as if we have some significant challenges in terms of how are we going to recruit, how are we going to attract, and how are we going to retain. Then on top of that, we have highly skilled people. We know that. And the question is how to strengthen those skills, how to focus those skills, and how to ensure that the skills that organizations need are there now and in the future, and how do we support that. But it's really about our labor force. What brings our sector together is not necessarily always about the conversations of funding, government relations. We've done that. We know the challenges, and we've done lots of research. Research exists locally, nationally. We know those, but one area that we haven't really focused on, which I think brings the collective to the table, is about what do our staff look like? What do they have to be? What do we have to look like as an organization or organizations that have staff in the future? And then how do we actually construct our future to make that happen? I'm a strong believer, if we name our future, then we can actually take action. We haven't named the future of the sector yet. And I think it's about time we do that. So the colloquium is a place for us to come together and hear what's happening in the context of Manitoba through Will Falk, who's the chief statistician, has been working with us for the last 4 years on our work. We also want to be able to bring our research forward, which is, in a sense, is Manitoba evidence on what's happening in our labor market, recruitment, vacancies, skills training, compensation benefits, all the stories we know about, but now we have evidence to actually prove that there's some really good things happening and there are possibly some things that are not very helpful. And then we need to talk about this in the context of what does it mean to us when we see this evidence, how do we then look at it in terms of our organizations, and then how do we move forward and start thinking about our future, and then what are the strategic goals to go forward.